This is a quick test drive and review of the Nissan Almera VL Turbo and Sport. So let's get to it. Oh wow, the seats are stiff. Seats are more supportive than I thought. The seats are surprisingly stiff and very supportive. It actually held my body down during the test drive. Looking around the gauge cluster and I see this. They made the tachometer digital again. I'm never really a fan of making the tachometer digital. You really need to watch out for those RPMs, especially if the car is a 1.0 liter turbo with a 3-cylinder engine. The dashboard design is pretty decent, but nothing to write home about, nor anything memorable about it. But hey, I'm a big fan of affordable cars packed full of features, and this is one of them. And what I mean by features, we got a 360 view camera. Wow! Forward collision braking. Wow! Blind spot warning. Wow! LED headlamps with DRL. Wow! Oh yeah, you gotta stop that. Driving the Nissan Almera Turbo VL and Sport. Sadly, this variant only comes in CVT. And not just an ordinary CVT. It's a Jatco CVT. And with our turn on the track, it's time to ring the crap out of this car. At the slalom test is where the Almera actually impressed me. There were little to no body roll. The chassis were stiff and reassuring. The steering was also light, but not vague. And with the sporty handling comes with a con as well. Specifically here in the humps, where the Almera made sure that I feel every millimeter of it. The stiff seats don't help either. Yeah, it makes you feel like it's well made and sporty and stuff, but I am 100% certain it will give me butt aches over long drives. And there you have it, the 360 view camera. It's really useful, and it's the only one in its class to have one, so ha ha ha, take that, Toyota. Now we're at the long stretch where I can finally ring out the 1.0 liter 3-cylinder turbo. And it was underwhelming. But don't worry, we have another final stretch where I can really ring this out to the finish line. And yeah, it's really underwhelming. And that pretty much concludes our track testing of the Nissan Almera. What can I say about it? Well, the Nissan Almera is actually a good car this time. Compared to the previous gen, this car is way different and it's really packed full of features. Way more features than any of its competitors. Handling was also great and it really felt like a sporty drive. So overall, the Nissan Almera is a big improvement from the previous gen. But of course, the Nissan Almera cannot escape without the cons. Number one is the CVT transmission. CVT transmissions just lack feel for me, and it just feels weird to drive at times and jerky. Second is the fact that they got rid of the rear aircon vents. I mean, come on, we're in the Philippines. You shouldn't have gotten rid of that. The third is definitely the engine. It's underwhelming, especially for a turbo, and long-term reliability is questionable. So with all that said, would I still recommend the Nissan Almera? Well, actually, yes. Yes, I would recommend the Nissan Almera. It may have its pros and cons, but it's in no means a bad car. If I'm gonna get one though, I'm definitely gonna go for the VE manual. Apart from the lower base price, you still get almost all of the features of the N Sport. And it's also got the same 5-year warranty as the N Sport. And with that said, if I had the money, I would definitely buy the Hyundai Accent Turbo Diesel.